This does not look particularly great. I'm looking at my Ubuntu Bash terminal, which is part of WSL in Windows, which is the Windows subsystem for Linux. And just looking at this terminal, it looks okay, right, color-wise, but if you are a developer who's worked with tools like VS Code or things like that, you probably know that there are a lot of options available out in the sort of color scheme world for your tools. And so in this video, I want to show you real quick how you can change those colors, how you can get access to a very, very big collection of themes that you can apply to this terminal and to any terminal on your Windows machine. And yeah, we'll walk through it and I'll hopefully fix this to make it look a little bit better here. So real quick, if you haven't been on my channel before, I'm Christian. This is Bite-Sized. I have weekly videos on programming and software development, all kinds of things in the serverless world and web dev world. And I also write a weekly newsletter, which you can check out in the description. It's called Bite-Sized. So hopefully you enjoy this video and you want to stick around, make sure to subscribe and you'll get new videos every week. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that there is a very, very small amount of configuration that you can do on this terminal, and you can get to it by right-clicking at the top here and going to Properties. So there's things like your cursor size. This is sort of like generic terminal settings. You have your font settings, so you can change, for instance, to like what I use, which is 24-point Fire Code Retina. But more importantly, what we're here about on this video is colors, right? So you can go in and you can change all of these colors like on your own, kind of. It's really tedious and it's just not a great system. And so what we want to do is make use of themes, right? So for instance, I'm colorblind. I don't know how to pick any sort of colors for anything. I should not be trusted with any of these color sliders. But there are a bunch of themes out there that we can use, and I'm going to show you a tool that we can actually use to apply those in our console. So the tool that we're going to be using is called Color Tool. It's actually provided by Microsoft as part of their terminal project. It's totally open source. Importantly, it has support for iTerm themes, which is a really good terminal application on Mac OS X that has a huge amount of themes, and I guess has become like a standard for theme development. So basically what we're going to do is download Color Tool. We're going to apply one of the built-in color palettes that exists just like in the source code that they include with it. And then we're going to come back and download a different theme, one that I like personally, and apply it so we can understand sort of what this workflow would look like for whatever theme you want to apply. So we'll start by scrolling down here and going to the installing section, and it says just download the latest Color Tool release and extract the zip file. So let's click that and we'll click this zip file to download it. Now, if I come down here in my Explorer, so this downloaded for me into the downloads folder, though depending on how you have things set up, that might be somewhere else. I'm just going to right click here and I'm going to want to extract that. So you can also, you can double click this and open it if you're using just like a standard zip thing that's built into Windows. But for me, I have 7-zip installed, so I'm just going to click this and I'm going to say extract to Color Tool. So that's going to make a new folder here called Color Tool. And if I come in here, there's just two things basically. So Color Tool, which is like the executable application. And then there is Schemes, which is a list of different themes that come included with Color Tool. So we have a couple that I think are like default Windows themes. And then we also have some iTerm themes here. This one actually is a colorblind mode. Maybe I'll try that one later. But there's Solarized, which a lot of people I think are familiar with. And let's go with that for now, and I'll show you how to actually apply it. So back in our console, I'm just going to clear this real quick. And now we need to actually go to that folder, that Color Tool folder in our downloads. So I'm going to say change directory or CD, and I'm going to say /mount/C. So that's my C drive. That's like my main hard drive. And then I'm going to say users Christian, which is my username for my machine, though you can change that to whatever your username is. And then downloads, and then Color Tool. Oh, that'll be a capital C, Color Tool. And by the way, every time that you see it kind of jump like that, that's me pressing tab to do auto completion. So if there's a folder that matches that thing I'm typing out, pressing tab will auto complete that. So that's why I could just type KRIS tab, DOWNL tab, etc. Okay, so I'm now in the Color Tool directory. If I press LS, you can see that I have colortool.exe and schemes, just like I saw in Explorer. So let's actually apply our first theme. I'm going to say /colortool.exe and press tab. That's going to say execute color tool.exe. And I'm going to say -X, which don't actually know what it stands for, but I would assume it means like execute or something like that. And then I'm going to provide a theme. So one of these things inside of this schemes folder. So I'll say Solarized dark, and then I press enter. You can see that it applied the theme and changed the colors here in the terminal. So one last thing you need to do is just come here, go to properties. So right click here, go to properties, go to colors, and just press OK. And that will save the colors here, right? So now if I close this, and I'll just open up a new terminal here, and you can see that the colors have been applied. So it's now permanent and it's across multiple instances of the terminal. So maybe you like Solarized Dark, but if you don't, there are a bunch of other themes that we can use. I want to show you how to actually like apply one of those here in just a couple seconds. So back in GitHub, I'm just going to come here and I'm going to search for iTerm. And I'm just going to search all GitHub, and I'm going to find this repository, which I'll put in the description as well, called iTerm 2 color schemes. It's just like a huge collection of themes. There's actually over 230 of them. So maybe what I can do is come to the website here. I'll just open it in a new tab, and I'll just look at the available options. So you see things like 3024 day, 3024 night. Let's see, I'm going to find one that I like. I like Dracula a lot. I think it's a nice color scheme. So if I click on this link right here, you can see it has this iTerm colors file. Looks like it's an XML file. So what I'm going to do here is just say Control S for save. I'm going to come to my downloads folder, color tool, schemes. And then what I'm going to do is instead of saving it as text document, I'm going to set it to all files. And that's going to actually save it as .iTerm colors. And then I'm going to press save. So you might have a similar experience to me where Dracula Plus, when you save it, it still saves as a text document. So it didn't actually let me change it like I wanted to. And the fix for that is to go to view here and then go to file name extensions. And so if I check that, you can see it actually still added .txt to the end of this. So if I click here and then click on the name again, I can delete that. And now it will for sure be .iTerm colors, which means I can actually use it. So back in here, I can finally apply my theme. I'll just run the same thing as before, ./colortool.exe -X, schemes, and then Dracula Plus. And now you can see it changed the colors just slightly, though for whatever reason, it looks like it actually formatted this a little weird. So if I say ls, oh, okay, now it fixed. So that's interesting they did that. I'm not really sure why that's the case. If someone in the comments knows, let me know. But, you know, if I say like ls.la, maybe I'll just do like source. So you can see now I have like this Dracula theme, and it's a little bit more like what I would like. So that was just a quick look at how to apply color schemes in your Windows terminal. So I'll put all the links in the description to iTerm themes, that big collection of themes that we are looking at, to Color Tool and how you can download it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all you need to know for applying your own themes. So I hope you enjoyed, found it useful, and see you in the next video.